everyone, welcome to another Chit Chat with Mandy and Caryl. I'm Mandy, also known as the Board Gaming Pinup Girl.
And I'm Caryl, also known as Caryl Has No Tan.
Exciting stuff today. We are going to be taking a look at The Thing, Infection at Outpost 31, published by USAopoly and Mondo. I know this is great. And a lot of people have seen the movie, so lots of relating to the game. I'm excited. But before we get to all that, we got to see what's below. If you want to get to see certain parts of the video, like, I don't need to see that, I want to see this, check out our links below to get to that part. So, without further ado, let's get to the gameplay.
Let's get to the thing. The thing about the thing. Infection at Outpost 31 is a social deduction game based on John Carpenter's The Thing movie. 4 to 8 players take the roles as characters from the movie and must work together as they clear different sectors of the outpost and eventually make their way to their escape on the helicopter. But beware, not all of your teammates are human. Watch out for the imitations among you who want to sabotage your missions. The only way to ensure your victory is to partake in missions that force you to take certain characters with you, making it easy for imitations to fool you. Against you is not only the imitations, but also the threat of blackouts, smoke, and fires. If too many rooms of the outpost are destroyed or missions are failed, you'll lose the game as a human. Even by completing all missions and obstacles that come your way, you're still not safe at the helicopter. You must decide who among you have proven to be humans to escape, but one mistake and the entire human team loses.
So now we're ready to give our review of The Thing, Infection at Outpost 31. What did you think?
So, the first time I tried this game was at Gen Con, and I played it with a group of strangers. There were 8 of us, and I had an amazing time with it. Like, I had such a great impression that I was so hyped up because it was like Dead of Winter meets Resistance Avalon in like a perfect harmony. And the experience was just, it put me on such a high because it's like, this is amazing. It's the best social detection board game there is. It's like Dead of Winter, but shorter and simpler. It's got Avalon, and it's got this, it's got the thing. It's perfect, right?
Right.
So I was on the hype train all the way from there until like the release. And I have to say, disappointingly, when it actually got to release and I tried to add lower player counts and again at the full player count, it lost a bit of its shine for me. And I say that with the utmost love because I love what they were trying to do and I love what they did, but the imperfections of the game started to show because the biggest complaint that people have been saying about the game, and which we found without influencing how people played, is that if you are the imitation, so the person who's like, pretending to be human and be the bad guy, you could just cruise by and not do a single evil thing in the game and still win because you passed off as a human and you were able to go on the helicopter. Like, that sucks,
So many words.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure you felt that way too. Yeah.
So, I'll start off by saying I didn't get it. And when I say I didn't get it, it's not like I didn't understand the rules. I just didn't get why the game needed to be that length of time. And exactly what you were talking about. I mean, I ended up being one of the is it imitators? I'm really bad at the terminology. Imitation, excuse me, yes. And I just coast through the game, and I just found it lengthy. And I'm like, if somebody doesn't make a move, it's extremely boring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I played a lot of deduction games. They're generally not my favorite type of game, so I'll say that first. But there are a few that just, I can play, and I'm like, oh yeah, that really, really exciting, and obviously plays better with larger player counts. But I found with this game, if you didn't have that type of group that really kind of tried to drive the game, it was just, there was no excitement. And like you said, it literally came down to the last 2 turns where that's when everything happened, you know, and they could just sneak on the plane and didn't do anything all game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To me, it's like you could have saved yourself all that time.
Yeah, because like when it comes to something like Dead of Winter, you had like the external threat of like the zombies, for example, or you had like everyone with their own hidden objective, and like everyone was working together, but at the same time almost secretly working against each other because you have your unique win conditions. So you had that as like, you know, a stressor on the situation, right? And like Avalon, it's like, oh, I have to win 3 out of the 5 missions, otherwise my team wins or the other team wins, right? But with this, like, you had like as an imitation, you don't have something that is threatening you to like not act as an imitation.
Right.
I hope I said that right.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like, I literally felt compelled to throw a card in just to kind of shake it up a little and see what would happen. Otherwise, we were literally just coasting, and I'm like, oh, you know, let me just go to the bathroom, have a snack, you know, come back, and then, okay, here we are. So I did that, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, you know, who is it? Oh, I think it could be Mandi. You know what I mean? And I literally had to force myself to do that in order to get the game moving. But I feel exactly what you said. If I had something else to motivate me to do so, I would have done that earlier. Like, I love Dead of Winter, and I love the fact because you do have those objectives. So I feel like that was missing in this game.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I love what they were going for. I think it just needed a little bit more motivation to just create chaos. Because the first time I played it, it was with a bunch of people who were playing a demo of the game, and we were all people who were anticipating it. So, of course, you have people who are willing to throw down, like, sabotage cards and, you know, just see what happens, because it's a demo and we don't know what to expect. But, like, if you're playing to win, like, to win is by being human and just, you know, being so trusting and so trustful and, you know, get people to be on your side, right?
Exactly.
And, you know, it rewards you for not playing the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
In essence, that's what it does. And you have people who are going to play it safe and want to coast. Yeah, this will work for you. It won't be a very exciting game for anyone. But you're absolutely right, you know? And I do think the thing, I mean, it's something, I mean, I remember that from my childhood. So, I mean, the theme of it sounds great. But I always ask myself in a game, why am I doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what is the purpose of doing it? Because you can go through the motions and you know the game and you do it, but what is the point?
Yeah.
Why am I doing it? And if you can't answer that, or it's like, well, and have to think about it, should you really be playing the game?
Yeah. That's the thing. So, think about that. My plan was to do that as many times as subtly as possible and see when you would notice and coming right away. So the thing is, it's whether you want to have fun or if you want to win when it comes to being an invitation, right? And I think a lot of people kind of tend to want to win. And, you know, that's unfortunate because, like, me, I love to just create chaos and be like, oh no, who puts in a card? This person probably, right? Like, it's just fun to do that, but there's no incentive other than for your own amusement, you know?
Exactly. I mean, there are cards that come out that I think, so if you're human, you can become.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So there are cards that can switch it up, but even then, you could be pretending to be that the entire game, and what does it matter? Especially if you're not, you know, playing the game. So, and I would have a horrible time playing this game with my friend Matt, because he knows me so well. I could lie, and he would still figure me out.
Yeah.
So I would need something to throw that kind of thing off. So, and I feel like that was missing as well.
Sure.
Components in the game, what did you think about that?
I love it, actually. I love the art. Maybe make the sculpts easier to recognize. Like, sometimes it was hard for me to know if I'm, like, holding McCready or if I'm holding, like, someone else or something, and I have to look for his hat or, like, key features. So that part was maybe not the most distinctive. Okay. Especially when you're picking up people and taking them to another room. You're like, oh, okay, we're going here.
Yeah, and, like, I think a couple times, I ended up picking up.
Yeah, but from an art standpoint, like, I love what they did with it. and I love like the clean look of it. Like
Yeah.
Mondo has always done a great job with art, so. Like,
I agree with you on that. The art
Yeah.
looks great. It's a very clean look. I mean, it was a thematic game. I get it, and it totally fit what it was trying to do thematic-wise.
mhm.
That 100% I agree with. I just feel the gameplay was lacking a little bit.
For sure, yeah. Like I think it's super thematic what they did, and there were a lot of clever things that they implemented that I actually thought were smart from a game design perspective. Like, you know, where you had to take people on missions, but you had to bring certain people, like people who were like in operations or the scientists or the or yeah, exactly. And you're forced to bring someone so that you know that person might have to show their true colors by being there or
Right.
something, right? Like there were a lot of clever things that were there that were broken by the game itself. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it was just so close, in my opinion. Like, it just so short of like being there. I really think they could have done it if they just fixed a couple things.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
definitely think what you're saying, like implementing some kind of objective card or something along those lines, and shortening the gameplay. I feel that the length of time was just far too long. And did we play with I know at that one time we had played, it was full player count.
Mhm.
I've actually done it again at a lower player count, which actually was better.
Yeah, actually, we found the same thing too. When we played
Yeah.
with, I think it was 5 or 6, that's when we found that, you know, it was like one invitation and they just wanted to like, just see what happens.
Yeah, you're more
Yeah.
likely to kind of, yeah, exactly. With 8 people, it can get a bit muddled, I find, and then, you know, people taking too long to discuss. I always want to say, hey, it's not that serious. Do what we got to do. But some people, and it comes back to you wanting to win.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that takes precedence for some people, and then it just kind of sucks the fun right out.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah.
so overall, for me, this is not a game for me. But to be fair, I'm going in with the fact that I don't really care for deduction games to begin with. So one has to really like blow me out of the water to be like, oh my goodness, I love it, and I want to play it again. Thematically, I thought it was great. Like, I mean, I love the whole theme of the thing. I love the movie. I did like the art, the clean look of the board. I get where they were going with it, but it needs to be shorter, and some other elements need to be added in order to make it just a little bit more interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Like, the thing I liked was...
Uh-huh. I'm counting mentally.
The thing I liked was the potential of it. And it did so many things right, and it did so many things well thematically. But after a while, you realize how the game breaks. And, you know, I feel like it could have been there, but unfortunately it didn't. But I would like someone to just do one little house rule or something that just fixes it all, and then there we go. Then it's fine and it's perfect the way it is, you know?
Good, exactly. So maybe
Yeah.
someone's listening, throw in a little variant or something, and
Yeah.
we can give it another go and see how that pans out.
Yeah.
So there you go. So I think we've covered it all.
I think I have, yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah, all the things.
so yeah, I'm just waiting to get that last stinger in. So there you have it. That's our review for the Thing Infection at Outpost 31. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.